Hi guys. With all the germs going around, we need to make sure that our hands are clean. So before we get anything done, we need to turn on the water, wet our hands, get soap, and we need a scrub to make sure that we don't have any germs on our hands. Once our hands are nice and soapy, we are going to wet them again and get all the soap off our hands. Once that is done, we are going to turn off the water and we are going to dry our hands with a clean towel.
Alright guys, so I want to welcome you over to this side of In Good Taste where we're going to start doing some of our cooking activities, okay? Today, we're going to be making a breakfast omelet, alright? So we need a couple things before we can start doing that. Some of the things that we're going to be needing are 2 eggs, some cheese, a stick of butter, pepper, salt, and a couple of our tools. A whisk if we have one. If not, a simple fork will do just fine. We're going to want a spatula. And most importantly, we're going to need a cooking pan. Alright guys? And what do we need to put our cooking pan on top of? That's right, a stove top. Alright guys, so now that we've got all our ingredients put together and ready to go, we're going to start breaking the eggs and preparing our omelet. Okay? So we're going to get a bowl first, preferably a glass bowl, okay? That doesn't have a little rim on it, all right? With a little rim, it makes it very difficult for our students to be able to crack the eggs correctly. Okay, so we're going to work on the correct way to crack eggs today. So we're going to get our egg, we're going to tap it slightly on the side, and then we're going to pull it apart. All right? Let's work on the second one now. Tap, 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 and spread it apart. Okay? Now that's the correct way to crack an egg. Alright, so now that we got our eggs properly cracked and in our bowl, we're going to put a little bit of seasoning in. Alright, and we're going to be very, very careful because too much seasoning is going to mess up the whole omelet. So we're going to grab our pepper. If you have a pepper grinder, okay, we're going to hold the bottom and spin the top twice. Okay, if you have a pepper shaker, we just want to shake a little bit of pepper in there. I'll show you guys now with the salt. So we'll get the salt and we'll sprinkle in just a little bit of salt. All right, now we can start mixing them up. If you have a whisk, we'll use our whisk. If you don't, we can use a simple fork going in a circular motion, okay? We don't want to stir. We want to hold the fork like this and spin it like if we're spinning a steering wheel of a car, all right? So again, we'll start with the fork and spin it like if we're spinning the steering wheel. All right. So we got our eggs all mixed up and ready to go. So now we're going to start prepping our pan. All right, guys. So now that we have our egg nice and mixed up and broken up and ready to go, we've got all our ingredients ready to go. So now we're going to start heating up our pan, okay? First, we're going to turn our stovetop on. If you have an induction stovetop, make sure that you set the setting on low, okay? If you have an electric stovetop, make sure it's on setting probably, I would say 2 or 3. So that would be low to medium low, all right? We're gonna give the pan a couple of seconds to get hot, and then we're gonna start adding our butter. So we'll collect our butter, we'll open up one end of our butter, just like so, and then we're going to rub it in our pan just a little bit. So why do we do this, guys? Why do we rub the butter on the bottom of the pan? That's right! so the omelet doesn't stick. Good job, guys. And now that the pan is nice and hot, we're gonna get our eggs and we're going to pour them nice and slowly into the center of the pan. Making sure that all the eggs spreads out nice and even across the pan. Right. Now, you remember that shredded cheese that we had at the beginning? Now it's time for that shredded cheese. We're gonna sprinkle our cheese right over our omelet. Just like that. And now, we're gonna wait a minute and let the eggs cook. Alright guys, so now that we've had our omelet cooking for about 3 minutes, it should start looking nice and hard like this, okay? We're gonna take our spatula now, and we're going to fold our omelet. Okay, so we're going to scoop it in and fold. All right, making sure that we're able to move it around on the pan. Now we'll let it finish cooking there for a minute. And if we want, we can even scoop it and flip it over so the other side cooks. Okay? Now we're gonna wait another 30 seconds and we're gonna be ready to eat our omelet. All right, guys, so now we are completely done cooking our omelet. We're gonna take it off the heat. We're gonna have our plate ready and we're going to slide our omelet right onto our plate and enjoy.